As you know, we're nearly getting to the end of the year 2024, and
Yes.
I've already made a list of my five favorite movies that I've seen this year.
Great. Please fire away because I've not seen a
Okay,
lot of them.
I'll start from five. Number five, Inside Out 2.
Mm,
It's very well animated. We've waited 9 years for a sequel like that,
no kidding. Has
and
it been 9 years?
yes, since
Oh
Inside
my
Out.
God. Seb, how does that
Yeah,
happen?
I don't
Wow.
know.
I, honest to God, if you had asked me how long ago was Inside Out 1 released, I'd have said, gosh, it's got to be 3 or 4 years. 9 years.
Nine. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, what's next?
Okay, and number four, If. Short
Ah,
for Imaginary Friends. It's
uh-huh.
starring and directed by John Krasinski. Ryan Reynolds was in it. And it's
Yes,
basically a film about imaginary friends.
great. You know what? I've not seen that either. I'm going to have to check that one out for sure.
It will probably be on Netflix or Paramount Plus.
Yes,
The film was made by Paramount. It's such
great,
a great movie, and I describe it as a live-action Pixar film.
great. That's a pretty high bar.
And it was one of the final projects from the late Louis Gossett Jr. His
Oh, yeah.
his if
Yeah.
character was a teddy bear named Louis.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Oh, my goodness. All right, great. Then
he
that's another
yeah
one I'm going to put on my list.
he died a few months before the film was released.
Yes, that I remember. I never got to work with Lewis. Never met him. Big fan. Very nice fellow from what I heard.
Mm,
Um, I did a show years ago called Biker Mice from Mars, which is being rebooted by uh, Ryan Reynolds and his
really,
company.
that's
Yeah,
fantastic.
it's a Canadian. As you probably know, Ryan's Canadian,
I know.
and his company, Maximum Effort.
Maximum Effort, named after
Yep,
Deadpool.
yep, and they're doing a reboot of Biker Mice from Mars. So maybe I'll get to work with him.
Definitely. All right, number three, and it's to change the pace up a little bit. Smile 2. Have you not heard of Smile?
Yeah, oh yeah, totally. I did not. That is one that never would have occurred to me. It's really
It,
good, huh?
it was, and excuse my language for this, it was the scariest effing sequel I've ever seen. And
Excellent.
yeah, it had Naomi Scott as the lead role in the sequel. She played a musician named Sky Riley, who was
Uh-huh.
haunted by a demonic presence that only she could see and no one else can, and it's smiling at her. I'd rather
Great.
not do the demonic smile, but that's the description of what this horror movie is.
Excellent.
It's such a scary movie. If and the soundtrack that goes with it, Naomi Scott did 6 songs for the Sky Riley EP. It's amazing. Um,
6 songs?
yes, for her character Sky Riley.
That is Smile 2.
Yeah,
Great. Boy, you're giving me a list of stuff. I'm going to have all my holiday watching thanks to my buddy Seth.
yeah, definitely. And number two, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, you know what? I just finally saw that. My son Ash, a couple months ago, he said, when it first came out, have you seen Wolverine, Deadpool Wolverine? I said, no, is it good? He said, oh my God, it's a blast. And I watched it on the plane and I just loved it. I loved it.
I mean, it made 1 billion at the box office.
I know, man.
First
That,
R, the first R-rated movie in an MCU franchise.
yeah, to make $1 billion.
Yeah,
Wow. Yeah, no kidding. Well, I'm glad you liked it because you and me and everybody else, it seems, did.
yeah. And it has 110 F-bombs, in case you're counting up the F-bomb list. It said so on a tweet on Instagram or Threads, etc.
I, that's funny you say that because when I was on the plane,
110.
obviously I had headphones on and I kept going, wow, man, these guys are really wearing out the F word.
I'm starting to take my glasses off. Okay.
That's okay.
Okay, and number one,
Yeah.
the film that just came out, Wicked.
Oh, I've not seen it, but my partner, Randy Rogel, who wrote most of the music for
Mm.
Animaniacs, he saw it in London and he said, "Oh my God, what a great movie." He said, uh, not Jenna Ortega, who's the young lady who plays,
Alphaba, who plays Alphaba?
yeah,
It was Cynthia Erivo. She's from the UK. She plays Alphaba.
oh my gosh. And
And
I
Ariana
remember,
Grande as Glinda the Good.
yeah, and Randy said, "Oh my God, they are both spectacular." And the young man who plays the male lead, he said, I think his name is Ethan. Uh, I don't remember. Anyway, he really loved it. Randy is all about musical theater, and he's worked with Stephen Schwartz, who created Wicked, and wrote, produced, all that book, music, lyrics. And Randy said the movie is fantastic.
Yeah.
So if it's number one on your list, it's a big deal because a
Yeah.
lot of Randy agrees with you.
It's a very long movie, but
Yeah.
still great. And when Cynthia Erivo hit the high note, I
Oh,
started sobbing aloud. I was
oh my
sobbing
God.
aloud.
You know what, Seb? I have that same reaction to powerful music and notes like that. Um, I I'm a big classical music fan and certain operas, and I still to this day, when I hear or see Luciano Pavarotti singing Nessun Dorma from uh, Turandot, a Puccini opera, immediately I get goosebumps, I get tearful, and I'm not a particularly religious guy, but music like that and the way it affects you, affects me, affects so many people. I have to say that art, music, theater, uh, literature, at such a high level, when it affects me that deeply, it makes a really good argument to me for a supreme being, because it's kind of like, wow, that is so special. And I don't care how many times I hear it or see it or read it, it always affects me. My goodness, that does make me kind of go like somebody, like God put their head, on a finger on the head of that singer and said, okay, boom. And then they let it go. And I just, wow. So I'm like you. And you know what? That's one of those sense of wonder things. I never want to lose that ability to be amazed by what talented humans do. It's wonderful to have that facility for appreciation.
Mhm. I'm glad. I'm glad you. I love the react. I like the response to the last movie that I just chose for my top five list.
Thank you, buddy. Well, I'm so grateful that you
Yeah.
shared them with.
Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like what you've seen, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe today and turn on the notifications to be notified on new videos. And I hope to see you on the next video. Bye.